Hi everyone, I'm Stormy from Japan Bread Baking Class. Today I will show you how to make Raisin Cinnamon Shokupan. This bread is soft and fluffy with a sweet aroma of cinnamon and juicy raisins inside. It's perfect for breakfast or a sweet afternoon tea snack. Let's get started. We need to prepare a few things before we mix our ingredients. First, adjust the temperature of your wet ingredients. Our goal is to keep the final dough temperature around 26 to 28 degrees. This is because yeast works best in this temperature range and helps the dough rise properly. It also makes it easier to predict the proofing time in the next step. In winter, my kitchen is around 20 degrees, so I warm my wet ingredients to about 38 degrees. Be careful not to heat them over 40 degrees as it can damage the yeast. During summer, when my kitchen is about 28 degrees, I use cold or iced wet ingredients around 5 degrees or less. Adjust based on your kitchen conditions. Next, prepare the raisins. Steam the raisins for about 5 minutes to make them soft and juicy. After steaming, let them cool and gently pat them dry with a paper towel to avoid adding too much moisture to the dough. Now, let's put all the dry ingredients into the bowl of a stand mixer. Use bled flour with 12 to 13% protein content for soft and fluffy texture. Add sugar, salt, instant dry yeast, and cinnamon powder. Mix the dry ingredients first so each ingredient absorbs water equally. Then add water and milk. I usually mix by hand first to bring the ingredients together before using the stand mixer. If you start kneading right away without mixing, it takes longer for the dough to come together. Set the bowl on the stand mixer with the dough hook attached. Start mixing on low speed until no dry bits remain. Then knead on medium speed for about 10 minutes. If you use a KitchenAid, level 2 is low and level 4 is medium. Scrape down the sides occasionally if the dough sticks to the bowl. At the beginning of kneading, the dough often sticks to the bottom of the bowl. This is usually because the gluten hasn't developed yet. If you think the dough is too wet and add extra flour at this stage, it may become too stiff once the gluten fully develops, which can result in dense or tough bread. As long as it's not sticking to a large area of the bowl's sides, the hydration is right. It's been 10 minutes. The dough has come together and now we add the softened butter. Butter is added at this stage because to make a fluffy shokupan, we need to develop strong gluten first. Fats like butter can interfere with gluten formation, so they are usually added after the gluten has begun to form and the dough has come together. Continue kneading on medium speed for about 15 more minutes until the dough is smooth and elastic. Scrape the butter from the sides if needed. Once you have finished kneading, do a window pane test. Stretch a piece of dough between your fingers. If it becomes thin and almost transparent without tearing, it's ready. If it tears easily, knead for 5 more minutes or so. Once your dough passes the window pane test, remove it from the stand mixer bowl and perform the slam and fold method. Lift the dough from one side and gently slam it onto the work surface, making sure to stretch it as you go. After slamming, fold the dough over itself. Repeat this process about 30 times to develop strong gluten structure. It's time to add the raisins. Gently stretch out the dough and evenly scatter the raisins across the surface. Then roll it up by pulling the dough from the bottom. Roll it up one more time, then place the dough back into the mixing bowl. Knead on the lowest speed for 1 to 2 minutes until the raisins are evenly incorporated. Take the dough out and shape it into a ball. This is how I usually shape it into a nice ball. Keep folding until most of the raisins are tucked into the dough, and it becomes smooth and tight. Check the dough temperature at this point. If it's around 26 to 28 degrees, it's perfect. If it's lower, the rising will take longer. If it's higher, the dough will rise faster. So please keep an eye on it. Place the dough in a bowl, cover it with a damp towel, and let it rise in a warm place until it's more than double in size. Now the dough has risen. My dough was at 27 degrees and it took about 50 minutes in a 35 degrees blooper. To check if the dough has bloofed properly, lightly dust the center of the dough with flour and gently poke it with a finger. If the dent stays and you see bubbles on the surface, it's ready. If it springs back, let it bloof a bit more time. Lightly sprinkle some flour on the surface if it's sticky and gently place the dough to release the gas. This is the top surface, and from now on, we want to keep this side on the outside while shaping the dough. This helps create surface tension and gives the bread a nice clean finish after baking. Take the dough out of the bowl and shape it into a smooth ball. Fold the dough 4 times, keeping the surface on the outside. Then gently fling the dough towards you as you rotate it. Cover the dough with a bowl and let it rest for about 20 to 30 minutes. Meanwhile, grease your loaf pan with the butter or spray oil. After resting, the dough should feel soft and relaxed when touched. Place the dough seam side down and flatten it to release the gas. Roll out the dough from the center toward the top and bottom. When doing this, let a bit of dough gather at the top and bottom. The length should be about twice as long as your loaf pan. Then roll out the gathered dough horizontally to form a rectangle. Flip the dough over and gently adjust the shape into a neat rectangle. Fold the top and bottom edges toward the center so they slightly overlap. Rotate the dough 90 degrees. The width of the dough should be slightly shorter than the width of the pan. Use the rolling pin again to even out the thickness. Starting from the top, roll the dough tightly to create surface tension, then seal the seam well. Place it seam side down into the loaf pan and position it to one side. Cover the pan with plastic wrap or a shower cap and let it rise until the dough is slightly higher than the top edge of the pan. Preheat your oven to 210 degrees about 30 minutes before baking. Now the dough has risen nicely. Poke the dough gently with your finger. If the dent comes back slowly but not fully, it's ready. This shows the dough is relaxed and has enough strength to rise well in the oven. Lower the oven to 190 degrees and bake for 30 to 35 minutes until golden brown. If the surface looks like it might burn, you can cover it with aluminum foil during baking. After baking, tap the pan on the counter to release steam. Take out the bread and cool it on a wire rack. Once the bread has completely cooled, use a bread knife to make a cut from the bottom corner and slice it. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this raisin cinnamon shokupan recipe. If you want to try more shokupan ideas, check out my other videos too. See you in the next video. Happy baking!